When it comes to playing the Nintendo Switch, either the original or the OLED in my hands here in handheld mode, I have to admit I am not the biggest fan of the stock Joy-Cons. I think they're a little bit too small, they're a little bit slippery, and they don't provide me with the gameplay experience that I want exactly. And that's why, for the most part, I play my Switch docked on my television. I don't really play my Switch on the go a whole lot, but that may be changing with one of the items that we're looking at testing out here today in today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to Rock Solid Productions. My name is Gary, your host here on the channel. I want to take a second and say thank you for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. I really do appreciate it. We recently tested out a Joy-Con setup for the Nintendo Switch and the Switch OLED that kind of went head-to-head against the Split Pad Pro. And if you're not familiar with that, I will have a link to what that is right for you right up there. Now, the Split Pad Pro provides, and that's a lot of P's in there, but it provides a gaming experience with a larger overall grip that a lot of people like. For me, I think the Split Pad Pro is too large. It also doesn't work separate from the system. You have to have it docked. So let's say, for example, you wanted to use it in lieu of a Joy-Con grip. You can't do that. If you wanted to use it like a Pro controller, you can't do that. You can only use it in handheld mode. Well, after a recent video with a very similar controller, the folks over at Binbok have sent us these guys here. These are their Joy-Cons designed for the Switch and the Switch OLED that have more than a few tricks up their sleeves. It promises to give you a better overall grip on your Switch as you are playing, a lot of customization, and some really cool LED features as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out of the box, we're going to see how they come out of the box, we're going to check some of the features that we have, and we're going to do a little bit of gameplay all in handheld mode. Let's go ahead, let's hit the bench. Oh, let me know, what is your favorite version of Joy-Cons to play the Switch in handheld mode? We're not talking Switch Lite, which honestly is a great handheld device, but let me know, for the Switch, how do you prefer to play in handheld mode? Let's go ahead, hit the photo booth, and check these guys out. So here we have the Binbok controller on the bench, and once again we have an international shipment that's kind of gotten nerfed up as it came through. Hopefully the controller is okay on the inside. On the side here you can see it does have wireless communication, dual vibration, 6-axis gyro, and it will work wired. On this side here it does have an LED color switch and a colorful LED mode. Now, one of the reasons why Binbok sent me this is because we recently reviewed this guy here. This is the Nixie controller, and we will have that review for you linked up there. And one of the things Binbok said was, hey, they've copied our design and didn't do quite as good of a job. So we're gonna kind of compare the two of them a little bit here too. So let's go ahead and open this up. And thankfully it looks like it was not shipped loose. Yep, it has. Oh, I forgot about that. So this is cool. So a few things. First of all, you have your joiner here. And they are actually clear, so I can tell more easily at a glance which one is which, because initially I forgot which box was which because I set this down here a couple days ago and forgot. Taking a look at the controllers themselves, with the clear casing on here, they do feel rather slick. And a little bit slippery too. I don't know that it's terrible, but it's not great. They do have dual USB-C ports on the bottom for charging. I'm not sure if that means that these do or do not charge right off of the system itself. Here you can see you do have a traditional D-pad instead of the up, down, left, right buttons on the left Joy-Con, and you have a turbo along with capture and home and turbo there. SL, SR on both of them as well, so you can use them as standalone controllers if you would like. No other programmable buttons on the back here. The L2, R2, these are definitely digital. And then you do have your button here to release it from either the system or the joiner. And the joiner just comes together like that. It's actually kind of a firm, yeah, those slide into place rather firmly, but it's actually pretty comfortable. One thing I want to do too is I actually have my white Joy-Cons here and the Joy-Con grip, and just to compare size, the Binboks look like they're ever so slightly wider, but not a whole lot. And then top to top. Yeah, it looks like this is slightly wider, but not a whole lot. Now compare both of these to this behemoth, and this is closer to the Split Pad Pro, where the Binbok one is definitely closer in size to the originals. A lot smaller on here. For me, these are too big, but then again, I did not like the Split Pad Pro. This is definitely more comfortable for me personally. Button's definitely clicky. One thing too I want to say is that the ABXY closer in size to the original Joy-Con on the Binbok, whereas the Nixie one's probably closer in size, I would say, to the Pro controller, quite honestly. So let's set that aside. I'll set these guys aside. And let's dive into the manual real quick. So walks you through the button layout here. Conventional connections, so attaching the controllers to the console will connect them automatically. Oh, awesome. That tells me that it will probably charge as well. Bluetooth, looks like you can pair via Bluetooth if you would like. Turbo functionality, the T button on the left controller can only assign the buttons that are on the left controller. Same go for the T button on the right controller. And let's see, burst fire mode. Press and hold the turbo button and then press the button that you want to set burst fire mode to. Controller will vibrate. There's an auto fire mode. In burst mode, press and hold the turbo button and then press the same button that you have set auto fire mode. Controller will vibrate. And then to turn turbo off, in auto fire mode, press and hold the turbo button and then press the button that is auto fire to deactivate. Okay. And then you can adjust the turbo level, hold down the T and press the minus for the left controller or the plus for the right controller, it looks like. And then vibration adjustment level, there are 5 levels of vibration: 100, 75, 50, 30% and off. To adjust that, press the turbo button when using the left analog stick to adjust the left vibration, and so you can adjust it independently. So turbo button and use the left analog stick to adjust, but how do you do you press up and down to change it? We'll have to find out. The LED settings, the color mode, so press and hold the T button and joystick and then release to change the color. It has red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple, and a rainbow. Press and hold the turbo button and the joystick to change the brightness, and then release the joystick to fix the brightness. Controller will vibrate when adjusting. There's also the breath mode. Press T button and press the joystick twice. 1 to 7 color auto cycling. 2 rainbow light breath mode. 3 turn off the light. Press the joystick twice to change the light pattern. Press down with the joystick twice to change the light pattern. Controller will vibrate. And then you can go ahead and calibrate the gyro as well. Calibration on the joystick. There's a firmware update and then a factory reset. So let's go ahead and connect these up to our system. All right, so we have our Switch OLED here. We're gonna slide the Joy-Cons out of the grip. Ugh, definitely a firm grip. Oh, lights up there. That tells me it does charge it, which is cool. Same thing there. So let's do turbo. I guess the system's got to be on, so we'll do that. Oh, lights right up. So turbo. There's the yellow, or cyan. There's the yellow, green, blue. Oh, those are really cool. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Now, it said, oh yes. So basically what you do, turbo and then the stick up will change the vibration up, and down I guess would be to turn it down. So turbo. Yeah, the stock rumble, kind of weak, or the default I should say. I like that. Okay, so let's do turbo. So there's the breathe one. So that's the breathe, as it were. I'm not sure that I like that as much as just the standard. Like, I like that a lot. All right, so This is really comfortable in the hand, I'll tell you that much. It doesn't feel too wide like a lot of other, like I've mentioned before, I don't like the Split Pad Pro because it makes the thing just huge. D-pad does not feel bad at all. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to actually shut off our overhead light so you can get a better look at the screen. And we are going to go to, we're going to go straight to Street Fighter because that's like seriously just a great test of the D-pad and the analog sticks for responsiveness. Ooh, versus Ken. It's going to be tough. Ooh, got him. Ooh, he got me. Oh, he got me with the Flaming Dragon uppercut. Oh, I was trying to do the uppercut myself. Oh. Got him. So I was not able to do the Dragon uppercut with the analog stick. Let's try the D-pad. Oof. He's got me cornered. Got him there. I was not able to pull off the Dragon uppercut. We'll try Chun-Li here real quick. Yeah, I'm not able to pull off the Dragon uppercut, I will say. There we were. Got her there. Okay, so that worked okay. Let's try the D-pad on some platformers. Let's go into the NES Online. And then we're going to try the Turbo Fire, because we're going to... So pause it there. So actually, hold on. Okay, so A is shoot, so turbo, A. And now we did, it should have auto fire now, so let's see. Nope. Okay, so we're going to pause, turbo, A. There we go. At least we got the turbo figured out. So, and I am, I am using the analog stick here, so let's pause again. I'm going to do turbo A again. This should be rapid fire or auto fire. It is. Oh, and I flew into the dude down below. So yeah, you can see it's firing automatically for me. That's a neat feature. Yeah, not playing that well. Oh, so we're going to pause again. Turbo A should turn that off altogether. Yep, and it did. So we're going to go home. You know, I have been playing Super Mario 3D World a lot lately. I have not gotten to Bowser's Fury yet because I've made myself wait to play that until after I beat Super Mario 3D World again. Such a great game. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Now I have actually beaten this on the Wii U because I did have it on the Wii U. I will say button presses are feeling really, really good. It is comfortable too. It's probably more comfortable than I expected as I jumped off the edge. Alright, so I'm not playing that very well right now. For some reason, handheld mode, I have not been playing that well at all. You know, let's do R-Type Final 2 because this is a game I've really gotten into lately. And it looks great, it sounds great, and it should be one of those that Turbo Fire absolutely helps us with. So we're going to pause. We're going to do Turbo A. And now it's auto-firing. That's awesome! Now, one thing with R-Type is the fact that you could actually do the charge shot if you wanted to. So you may not necessarily want to do this, but I just wanted to see how it actually played. So this is really, really good. I am digging this a lot. Oh, there's the charge shot is Y, actually. Such a beautiful game. I mean, I love the R-Type series, and this is definitely a great addition to the franchise. They have done an amazing job with this, and it looks great, sounds great too on the OLED too. Now, I do have my standard Switch that I could test it on. I really haven't been using it a whole lot. I've been sticking pretty much to my OLED lately. Yeah, if you are a fan of the R-Type series, definitely check out R-Type Final 2. It is 100% terrific. Love this game. Gotta love the bouncing lasers and whatnot. The lasers. All right, we're gonna try one last game. You all know that I am a huge fan of Horizon Chase Turbo, and I just want to see how this actually plays since the buttons are digital and not analog. I do really, really love the lights on here. I will say this is super comfortable. This is a lot more comfortable than the Split Pad Pro for me. Oh, looks like there is a new, woo! Look at all the installed upgrades. I like that. I'm going to change the color though. We'll go to a white. And the reason why I do that, it's just honestly easier for me to see. There you can hear the clickiness, you know, definitely analog, or definitely digital, not analog. Now what I like to do on the starts is I will use the A button to get a better start, and then use the triggers during the race itself, so that way I have my thumb free to hit the turbo button. That way I can go turbo. Oof. There you heard the rumble too. I will say the rumble is less of a rumble and more of a buzz. So there is that, and even at its highest setting, it's kind of weak as I am crashing. So we're going to pause. We'll go to our home screen here. What do I overall think of this? So I wish this wasn't quite as smooth and slickery as what they are. Above and beyond that, they're comfortable. They fit my hands well. The analog stick and the D-pad both seem to work well. The buttons are responsive. I do wish the L and R triggers were analog and not just digital. I love the lights, as dopey as that is, and in handheld mode you will notice that more than if you are playing in tabletop or TV mode here. I love the fact too they're charging off of my system, which was great. Pairing was super easy. Overall, these are a very nice set of Joy-Cons. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. So there you have it, my look at the Binbok Joy-Cons, and what do I think of them? Aesthetically, I think they look great. I love the transparent cases, but if you don't want that and you want just a solid black, they actually have a variety of different colors that you can go ahead and go with. I love the LEDs, especially the ones here. It just reminds me of the Super Famicom buttons, and I'm sure that that is exactly what they were going for. The turbo functionality works terrifically as well. Overall, extremely comfortable, and it doesn't make my Switch too big. I already think this is large in handheld mode. Something like the Split Pad Pro, to me, makes that even larger. This gives me a good overall grip on my Switch and doesn't make it feel massive. Now, it is still bigger now, like this, than if I were using standard Joy-Cons like these. Now, I will say this does offer a number of improvements over what the Nexi Joy-Cons that I reviewed earlier have. I don't like how large these are. I mentioned this in the original review. I didn't think that these were quite as precise as this is. Now, talking about precision, I did have issues pulling off the Dragon Uppercut in Street Fighter. That is something of note. But that was about the only issue that I had during gameplay whatsoever with these. I do think the vibration, the rumble, is kind of anemic. It's more of a buzz than a rumble, so keep that in mind. Also, these do not work with Amiibo. I tried them out off camera. Doesn't work. So something, if Amiibo support is important to you, just know you will have to keep your original Joy-Cons for your Switch or Switch OLED. Above and beyond that, battery life is great. I love the fact that these are powered right off the system. That is something that some of the other Joy-Cons don't do, and I was afraid that I would have to charge these separately with the fact that they do have the separate USB-C charging ports on there. The Nexigo Joy-Cons that I've been using recently have that setup where it doesn't pair directly by sliding into the rails, does not charge by sliding into the rails. These do. The pairing process was super easy. Connect the Joy-Cons, boom, they're there. I love that. And if I do want to go ahead and use their joiner to use these as a Joy-Con grip, you know what? It's not terrible. It's not as good as a Pro controller. It's not as good as like the KMD Pro controller. But you know what? If I have people over and we need another controller just in case, I wouldn't feel bad. Maybe a little bit, but this is not a terrible way to play as a Pro style controller either. The clear ones I do feel are a little bit on the slickery side. Yes, I said slickery, but overall this was a really nice experience, and I think for me playing in handheld mode, this is going to be a way that I'm going to do it, at least for the time being, until the Fixture S2 comes out, or whatever Fixture gaming is coming out, where I can go ahead and use my Pro controller with the Nintendo Switch. I do want to thank Binbok for sending us one of these to test out, especially after they saw our original review of the Nexi controller. They said that they didn't like the fact that this was basically a copy of their design. It's not a copy. It's similar. It definitely, if you look at the boxes, you could mistake one for the other, but there are different features between this, and quite honestly, I think this is the better solution for me. If you like the larger design of like the Split Pad Pro, the Nexi, that may be something you want to check out. Otherwise, the Binbok one's super nice. Now, if you do want to pick up a set of these, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can go ahead and order directly through our Amazon affiliate store. Now, there's no discounts or promotions or anything like that, but if you are interested in picking these up and you order it through that link, it actually helps support the channel so we can purchase more games and purchase more accessories and things like that, so we can go ahead and continue to bring you more content. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. You can also go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Send me a message on Twitter at Rocksolid Studios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. You can also support the channel and pick up some really cool 3D printed video gaming accessories by visiting our 3D printed store on screen right now, where we've got display cases, holders, controller stands, and a whole lot more. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification. That way each and every time we come out with new content, you are kept the most informed and up to date. If you're looking for more information on the Switch, Switch controllers, which Switch docks do I like, what do I recommend, those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of RockSolid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.